Hello everyone, welcome back to the Mercenary Miniature Painter YouTube channel. I'm Scott.
Right, long it's been what my name is.
A couple of weeks now, isn't it?
I'm John.
Yeah, John's had a bit of renovation of the gaming room, so we've had a bit of a hiatus for a couple of weeks. Hopefully a nice, interesting battle report for you guys tonight. So we're venturing into the deserts of Khemri, aren't we? We've got a nice desert set up.
Every time I bring my Tomb Kings, you always bring Chaos, so it seems to end up always the same matchup, doesn't it?
And in the other direction as well. I think last time I had Chaos was against Tomb Kings.
It was in the campaign as well, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
And then it was the time before as well. There you go. They must love each other that much. They want to keep warring.
It's a different list each time, though, at least.
It is. Yeah, very different again this time.
Yep. Both armies looking actually quite a nice mix of units, so hopefully should be a fun one. First scenario, we decided to do Headhunter from the Resurrection pack. So for anyone who's not watched us before, Headhunter is just a pitched battle, but any characters killed, if you hold on to their heads, they are worth double. But you actually have to kill them in combat, and it's like a banner. So if the unit that took the head loses it, then you don't get the points for it. So I don't think many times it's actually had much of a bearing, really.
No, because I think we always end up playing it when we got quite like sort of flighty lists.
Yeah,
it's like
characters avoid it.
We both got like wizards tonight as our main men, haven't we? So if you get them killed, it's more your own fault.
Yeah, that's true.
Really.
All right, then. Well, yeah, we'll show you the table and the setups and the armies, and we'll be back to you in a moment.
So tonight for the Tomb Kings, we have got 5 chariots with full command, and they have the Prince and General in with them. And there's that guy there. We've got in the core 10 archers and 20 skeletons, full command, and they have the second Prince on foot in there with them. 1 Tomb Scorpion here, and the other one is buried under the sand just here. We have the High Leech Priest. He's out on his own there in it. Casket with a Leech Priest. Screaming Skull. Scott loves my Screaming Skull.
Your little tiny mini one.
3 Tomb Swarms and 5 Carrion, and that is 2,000 points of Tomb Kings.
So for the Chaos tonight, I'm running an Undivided force. So I've got 5 Marauder Horsemen with Musician and Flails. Got 20 Marauders here with full command. 4 Chaos Trolls. You can't give them any upgrades or anything, so they just are as they are. And then I've got another 20 Marauders in this unit. I've got my General there, who's a Exalted Champion, and another Exalted Champion next to him. And then I've got some Chosen Warriors. I've got 16 with full command and shields. And they've got the level 4 sorcerer in the unit who has got shadows, and I've rolled all the rubbish spells.
Also, level 1 as well.
Yeah, this one here, sorry, he's a level 1. He's got the Book of Secrets, so he's got Fireball. And I got my Mutant Monstrosity Giant and an Undivided Chariot. So that is 2,000 points of Chaos on the nose. And that's the table. So as you can see, we are fighting on our lovely Tomb Kings board. Don't know why they've come down. Maybe they're on a suntan. They've come down to the desert today just to cause a bit of trouble.
I think those trolls would like the desert, do you?
No. Maybe they might hang out in the pond in the middle a bit. But
I don't think they should get their regen saves today.
Feeling a bit dusty. To be fair, probably a lot of stupidity test to take for them, but we'll see. Yeah, that's it. So we're going to roll on camera for first turn. John's getting the +1. And I think I will take it just because I don't want to get Screaming Skull off the table. Nice one. Turn 1 went to Chaos and started off badly with the Trolls predictably failing stupidity. John went looking, so he wanted to give me the benefit of the doubt and let me re-roll it. But I was rolling an 11, and there wasn't any point. Even if I could re-roll the dice, which I can't, they would have been failing anyway. Marauders moved up. everything else moved forward. I think it's either get shot at and then get charged, or just move up and just take the charge. So the giant's being bowled over here. Magic phase was a bit of a letdown. It could have been better. So on the first one, I got the aspiring champion let off a fireball at the Screaming Skull catapult. I did actually get it off, and then I got only 2 hits. They both hit the crew, and then of course I didn't wound either of them, so that was a bit of a disappointment. And then John dispelled my attempt to do the magic missile from my level 4. What's it called? Creeping Death. I did get the what's it called? Pelt of Midnight. I don't know any of the shadow spells. Pelt of Midnight on this unit of Chosen, so that Screaming Skull will have to scatter if he points anything at me. But as John pointed out, there's nothing stopping him from scattering from something else, so we'll see if that actually helps me or not. And then I did try a cheeky Banner of Wrath at the Screaming Skull, but John stopped that one as well. So not a lot happening in the first turn, just a bit of jostling around for position, and on to John's turn.
It was all going so well until it all went so disastrous. All down to your 6s again, Scott, as well.
I've got to be shit dice today, so you can't be throwing any shade at them.
There's still a lot of 6s being thrown. I reckon Anthony's been weighing them up for you.
I just go through. I've got hundreds of dice now. I'll just roll 6s only.
Right, so charges. The chariots went in against the giant. Scott's held, so they all went in there, and remaining moves. Carrion flew over the Marauders. These come up to there. Me and Scott said they're skirmishers, so they're not actually technically marching, so they can go 8. If someone can correct me on that, then that'd be good, thank you, because so they've moved 8 up to there. Obviously, Skull's catapult stayed where he was. Cassock stayed where he was. The High Leech Priest just moved up with the unit, and the archers wheeled round because to let the Scorpion through. So in the magic phase, Prince tried getting Righteous Smiting off. Scott managed to stop that. And then this Leech Priest made the Screaming Skull fire. He did land on a troll. He hit it, but he only it was a partial, and he failed to wound it. But it was dead on the Marauders and scattered over. And then this guy moved the Scorpion on ridiculously high numbers. Scott didn't even bother trying to stop it, and he was in. So he went in against the giant. And then this Prince moved his unit. Obviously, Scott let him move it. Didn't even bother moving them. And then he done the magic missile against these and did manage to kill a Chosen. So that was good. Onto the shooting phase. He was direct hit straight in the center of the unit again, but obviously scattered again. But 6 off the back, so it didn't land on the troll this time. And then onto the disastrous combat. So you took Mutant Monstrosity with him, didn't you?
I did, thankfully.
Oh, you should have rolled that again, actually.
Yeah, because I wondered if it's a 1. No, he's all right. He didn't jump on the unit.
So we've done. Prince got Chariots of Fire. He'd rolled 5 impact hits, so he got scythes as well. So he done 6, and the unit done 5 as well, and managed to do 4 wounds.
Yep.
And Scott saved 2. And then the unit and the horses and everything, they done another 2 wounds. Scott saved both of them. And then the Prince only managed to wound him once, and the Scorpion annoyingly only managed to wound him once. So he done 4 wounds, and then Scott yelled and bawled. So I've crumbled 2 on a chariot and only 1 on the Scorpion because he is a construct. And that is how the Tomb King's turn 1 went. Big charges for Scott. He's got some fear tests to pass as well.
I have indeed. Turn 2 for Chaos, and that's not a bad turn, to be honest. So the Marauders have moved up and turned around, try and face down the threat of the Carrion. I passed my stupidity this turn, so the Trolls have surged forward, and the Marauders there were march blocked, so they're just trailing a bit behind. He's popped out the unit over there, and the Chariot charged into this fight over here. Right, magic phase. I had some nice things up my sleeve, but it didn't go off, unfortunately. The Banner of Wrath was stopped by John against the I was against the skeletons. I did it on. Actually, no, I did do
let
a
that
wound.
one go.
Sorry, you let that one go. I did a
Stop
wound.
the fireball.
You stopped the fireball on the screaming skull, and then I 5-diced the Steed of Shadows to try and fling my my exalted champion into the Hierophant over here. To John's horror, because he didn't realise I could do it into combat. Unfortunately for me, I miscast and I've wounded him. So that was a bit frustrating because that would have been quite funny if it had gone off, but I'm sure John's glad that it didn't. And then combat, though, that's where it really shined. So I did a lovely rolled a 6 from the impact hits, and with the scythes, that was 7. So I did, but I actually rolled quite poorly. So I was lucky I had such a high number because I did 3 wounds. So I killed a chariot, and then the steeds failed to hit anything, but the crew then did another 2 wounds, which has stripped away another chariot. And then the giant headbutted the prince, who then couldn't attack me back. And the scorpion whiffed the opportunity to kill him because he only did 1 wound, and they didn't do any from the actual unit itself. He then crumbled 3. So just enough to keep the scorpion in, unfortunately for me. And enough to get rid of the musician for the Tomb Kings. So that fight is very much in the balance. And that is my turn 2.
Big turn 2 for the Tomb Kings, and just completely, Scott was saying how something ridiculous has worked and how the thing that I thought was going to work has been failing me. So the only charge was the skeletons went into the Chosen Warriors. They have got a prince in with them, so that was that. The remaining moves were my carrion come to here. The swarms moved back into here. The archers just wheeled their fort, and the High Leech Priest flew back behind because he has got the Cloak of Dunes or whatever it is.
Cloak of the Dunes, yeah.
Cloak of the Dunes. And then that was the movement. So in the magic, started off with a Righteous Smiting from these, and the Prince did manage to kill a Chosen. These done Righteous Smiting, but Scott stopped it. And then this guy here done Screaming Skull. He scattered and went onto this unit and managed to kill 2, but they didn't panic. And then this guy here,
he healed up.
They've got the banner of the Undying Legion, so they'd healed themselves.
You got 6 wounds back into it, didn't you?
6 wounds, and they bloody need them as well. And then he healed them back, and he done Righteous Smiting. Scott couldn't stop that, but annoyingly, we never wounded the blooming giant. So he's still in play on 5 wounds, and then that was the casket did go off. We managed to kill a troll, which was quite handy, but never done anything to that unit there, and those were the only 2 looking at it. And then into the shooting, the Screaming Skull did hit this unit. That's not why they panicked. Did I kill any then?
You killed one, yeah.
So it wasn't enough to force a panic check, but they did pass it this time. And then these guys ripped a load of arrows at his sorcerer, and but never managed to wound him. That was the shooting, and then into the combats. So these went in. I was pretty sure they were going to lose, but I needed something to stop the tide coming at me, and there was the slightest chance they might win. So my prince did manage to kill one. Obviously the skeletons didn't do anything. They are chosen, so they are 2 up saves, and I didn't even manage to wound any. And then Scott did cause a challenge, so my champ took it. I done nothing with him. Scott done 2 wounds. I saved both of them, the hand weapons and shields. And then in the actual combat,
did another 4 wounds.
In the actual combat, Scott's bloke's done 4 wounds back, and I rolled 4 5s and saved every single one of them. So that was an outnumber and breaking. And then over to this one, Scott wounded my Prince's chariot with his chariot, and then this chap here decided to roll Yelling Ball. So that was the end of the combat. My Scorpion's dead, and a chariot went with him. Then back over to this one. So there was a panic check, and they failed it twice. So I'm not. Can they re-roll panic checks as well? Is it all psychology?
I thought it was all.
Regardless, they failed it twice anyway, and they ran a mighty 10 to here. So they're going to cause a load more panics, hopefully, with a bit of luck. And then his poor old Chosen only ran 6, and my Speedy Boys ran a 9. So that was a heavy priced unit down for Scott. And Well, big win for the Team Kings because I was thinking it was looking a bit bleak already. It turned to again. So
my poor trolls are on their own leadership now. That's not good. But yeah, end of the turn. All right, that was a little bit of sort of clawing back from a disastrous start. So the trolls predictably fell to stupidity without a general to lead them. And then these marauders panicked and ran away despite getting to re-roll the panic with being... they didn't actually get to re-roll it because they don't have Mark of Undivided, so that was me being stupid anyway. But regardless, they ran. Then, fortunately, these did rally. I wasn't sure what to do with these, but with the swarms over there, I thought I'd just throwing away a unit otherwise, so they've moved up here. I've moved into the Oasis, which might be a bad idea because I'm facing down a casket and a lot of archers. However, it's the only way to stop them from charging me, so I had to get them somewhere. And that was it, really. So magic phase was a bust. I threw all my magic missiles I could and only did a wound at the carrion, and John stopped pretty much everything else. I tried to make it so that he would have to scatter if he hit my unit, but John stopped that one too. And then on to the combats. That's where it actually finally swung back round my way. So the chariot did a good start by destroying the prince's chariot, which ejects him from the unit. And then the giant yelled and bawled again, but with the prince not being part of the unit now and only having 2 wounds left, that did explode him. The giant thankfully didn't suffer the curse, and then I've done 2 more wounds to the unit thanks to the crumble. So despite writing him off right at the beginning, the giant is holding his own, barely. But there is potentially another Tomb Scorpion to come in now, and it's looking pretty bleak on this side of the table. So on to John for turn 3. So a quick amendment there. We did double check it, and you do panics before stupidity, so the trolls would actually have failed. So instead of moving forward to there, they've moved sideways over here. It wouldn't have affected anything else, so we've opted just to keep it in.
All right, disaster struck, but not for the Team King. For the poor old Chaos. And my friend, we've had a few concedes now, haven't we? But
yeah, this is my first one now, but yeah, I've thrown in the towel because as you can see, everything is either so the chariot's dead, those 2 units are fleeing, and the marauders are the only thing not fleeing. You've got double points. Well, let's go through what you actually did in your turn.
So on the turn, obviously the Scorpion come up just where he needed to, and he charged your general.
Yeah.
Your level 4, sorry. He fled and managed to just get away. That was all the charges. The remaining moves, these guys moved around here. The carrion chased down the trolls.
Yeah.
So the carrion killed the trolls and ended up here. So that was them dead. And then that was the remaining moves. These guys just turned the other way to obviously face him, but then the Scorpion done his job there. On to magic then. So that's where the game's ultimately won, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Team King's magic.
I did say at the start, with only having 1 proper caster and also forgetting that I had an extra dice, which probably hasn't helped, but I did say I was going to struggle to stop your spells. It didn't also help that I got rubbish spells for my own guys, so I didn't get the move me forward ones, which is what I wanted, really.
Even Shane's might not been too bad in this, but I'm assuming Lurker obviously was wanted. But yeah, so in the magic phase, the Prince just moved his unit round. Scott let that go. The Leech Priest done Screaming Skull onto them, and Scott did try and stop it, but double ones.
Yeah, you know the 5, didn't you?
And then this guy made the carrion move.
Yeah, you got me general.
And the Scott didn't run far enough, and they got the general over there. And then even better, he put the chariots to fight. Scott couldn't stop it, and with the 2 chariots in against the giant, he actually managed to kill it.
You only did 3 hits out of 8, and then
1 6.
And then you got your 6, and then he fell on the chariot. The 3 wounds to the chariot.
On Scott's own chariot.
Yeah, on mine. And then my chariot did actually do 2 wounds, which wasn't too bad.
Then in the combat, yeah. So, but then the shooting phase, where Scott pretty much So they did pass their panic in the magic phase, but then shooting phase, obviously, he went on them again, got a direct hit this time. He did only manage to kill 3, and Scott did fail his lookout serve. He didn't kill his general, but Scott failed his panic.
Killed 4 the last time, yeah. It was 7 in a turn, so it's not surprising they're running.
So they are running, and there's only turn 3, but with 1 unit there, 1 unit there, and just these left.
Well, also just to remind everyone, it's double points for general, so I've lost a lot, and I've lost I would have got double for his prince, but now the thing that killed it's dead.
Then the chariot in that combat done 2 wounds, I done nothing back, but I had banner, outnumber.
It's the musician that done it. Which, annoyingly, you've healed back, so it's only, again, because of your magic, they'd have been gone ages ago otherwise, but yeah, it was, like we said, it was a bit of a surprise end when everything sort of fell through the middle, because I thought my Chosen might have actually held on for at least a turn.
They should be really good against Team King, really. I suppose if you had the Slanesh ones and at least the OT.
This was the hubris, though, because I would have just put the, I was going to put an Exalted in the unit, but then I thought, you'll never go near him if I've got that, so I was like, I'll stick him in the Marauders, because then I've got 2 units that are a bit scary. And like you said, that was a bit of a Hail Mary charge for you, really. It was kind of you were going to get charged.
I was lose that. I just literally wanted to deflect you away.
Yeah.
And then hope at some point I would actually win this, heal the chariots back up to actually come round to try and do something. Hope the casket, hope the Screaming Skull done a bit of work.
Well, that would
hope the casket done a bit of work as well.
Had that not have worked, though, it would have been a disastrous thing, because obviously this has only just ended. So the trolls would have got up to the Screaming Skull, because they wouldn't have failed their stupidity with the general's leadership still there. The general would have managed to get up. You'd have had me trying to fling him up the table every turn as well. And I think that would have kept the pressure on. So by the time that combat ended, even if it ended the same way, I think I would have been all right. In fact, probably would have been, because you wouldn't have been directing spells that way, I think, if I had everything in the middle.
But the only thing my thinking was, obviously, with the Chosen there, that you're a horrible unit, the 2 will be facing that way, so it'd take them a while to come back round.
Yeah.
And then obviously I was going to try and cause panic. These were going to hold the trolls up if they could. I was obviously the carrion we're going to try into, and the Scorpion coming back up. But that giant just kept rolling headbutts, not headbutts, yelling balls, and it was just messing the whole combats up, because I couldn't actually get in to bloody kill the thing. Yeah. He just kept, because his initiative was higher and he kept winning combats, he kept going ahead of me, so I couldn't move him on blooming, well, he should have died first time round with all those impacts, the charges and the Scorpion and everything else. So.
Definitely, for 20 odd points, that Scaly Skin save was nice.
The risk of that jump up and down on it as well, or flopping on the unit. It's definitely worth the extra 20 points.
But yeah.
So, leadership just got you tonight, didn't it?
Yeah, and I did as well at the beginning. I just knew I didn't have enough mobility, so it was going to be go forward, and if anything went wrong, I didn't really have much to correct my plan. I think 5 carrion actually quite a brilliant unit, because I tend to take them in units of 3 just to keep them cheap, but then they always fluff their combat rolls, whereas 5 you're always going to outnumber like small units, even like 10-man shooting units. Actually,
I just like them for like the amount of times I've usually just run stuff down in that, because with the Tomb Kings you can do double moves in that. Having like 40 inches to move and stuff is like amazing.
It's keeping characters on their toes, isn't it? Like they don't want to pop out the unit, and especially because thing is, in this army you've got the Screaming Skull, which can usually fire twice, and he's chucking magic missiles out on 3d6. That thing there, characters are 362, and then these are 360. So characters, and you've got Tomb Scorpions popping out. So, yeah, I needed that. If the middle stuff had gone all right, he had plenty of stuff to hide behind. But as soon as that Chosen unit died, and then the Marauders broke, and he was all by himself.
They panicked the other Marauders as well.
Yeah, it was
That's one of the best we've seen a Screaming Skull do on our tables. Anyway,
well, you didn't misfire once. You fired what, 6 times? I
think he pretty much hit a unit every time. Hit the trolls,
even
on the scatter. Hit those Marauders even on the scatter. I think there was only one roll.
There was one that you missed. I think the very first roll. I think.
And that was the only one he actually missed. I think all the rest he actually landed or hit something to actually cause panics.
Oh well, I always like playing on this table with our desert terrain. Always looks smart. So yeah, nice one. We'll come back with hopefully next week with something else, and we will see you next time. So, Ben, Scott, and John, please like and subscribe, and see you next time.